Hello and welcome to a review of the LEGO Alpha Team Mission Deep Sea set, Ogel's Killer Mutant Whale, or Mutant Killer Whale, one of those two names is right. It's a pretty interesting set that reuses molds from the LEGO Dinosaur 2001 series, which was a series of brick-built dinosaurs that they released in Bionicle-like canisters. This one uses the Morosaurus, but without any of the printing, and in black, which is pretty unique. Although there's no printing, they definitely try to kind of substitute that by adding a few other flourishes, like giving him gems for eyes. If you take these out, you'd see the normal eyes, but they're kind of well in there. He's also got some add-ons, I guess, like instead of the standard pointy tail, you have this brick-built one, which this pin isn't on there, it was just an extra piece, but I really don't understand why this set has almost everything black, but then they have one dark gray piece every here and there to kind of break it up, and not in an appealing way. It just looks like a mistake. Specifically this fin, it really bothers me, but that's okay. Maybe they couldn't do it. If you see the inside, has some nice articulation inside for his mouth. You can open it up. I love the LEGO dinosaur set this is based on, so of course I like this. It even still has the red alligator for the tongue, which actually fits the color scheme quite nicely. One thing that I don't know if I like is this part here, this little robotic contraption. So I guess in the lore, this isn't a real killer whale, it's a mutant robot one or something. But it really just looks like they added this attachment part, and the rest of it could just be a normal sea creature. Like, it looks kind of sad when you think about it. Like, of course it's like a mutant or something, but it's like they're taking this poor creature and just adding robot elements to it. It has this interesting arm mechanism. I don't know where this is from. It's probably a Bionicle piece, to be honest. But it's got this strange arm. It's got dark gray, light gray, red, and black, like the other part of it. But it's very separate, you know? It doesn't really look like it belongs, to be honest. From the front, it actually makes sense, the color scheme, but it's just from the side and other angles where it doesn't. But I like the arms. It's cute. I just wish they were incorporated better. Maybe instead of this, they included the arms there, because there's a pinhole. Or even instead of these, they included these arms to kind of fully round it out. I feel like that would make a lot more sense, but I digress. Another thing that doesn't make sense about the set is this element, this little shooter spike thing. The set says to put it in one of the holes on the top, and that's all fine and well, but it's super fragile and comes off very easily, so I wouldn't recommend doing that. But also, I don't know where I'd put it instead. You can't really put it in here because of the angle. You can't really have it hold it because there's no stud connection. I don't know, I just think this should have not been included. And maybe it could have been a weapon for this guy to hold or something. Even though, yeah, it has the same problem where there's not, you can't really angle it correctly. Maybe if it was maybe if it was like that, that direction, that would work. Speaking of the minifigure, let's take a look at him. He's a bit of a standard Ogel minion. I believe Mission Deep Freeze had a blue helmet. This one has a trans neon green helmet, which is always nice. Love that color. Inside, you've got a Lego skeleton skull print, the kind of mid one they had, where between the classic one's initial spawning in like the 90s and the revitalized one that looks much closer to that. This one's a little more evil and angular. I don't like it as much. It reminds me of a spider. It's also got a little air tank because this guy is going underwater, and you've got a torso print that kind of fails to meet the color scheme. You've got black and red going on, much like this guy, but also much like this guy, the colors are kind of odd. It doesn't exactly get to red because the opacity just isn't there, and that kind of makes this stick out and not look right. But that's okay. Maybe if they used dark red, it would have fit better, but then again, there's no dark red here, and it just would have been a whole other problem. But that's okay. Good minifigure, you know. Someone has to pilot this creature one way or another. In general, this has sounded like a very negative review, and that's mostly because this set has a lot of weird problems that I feel like could have easily been fixed. Mostly by subtracting instead of adding, which is interesting. But I love this set. I love that they reused the dinosaur one last time, getting full use out of this very strange, unique piece. I love that. I don't know. I just love that. That's the best part of this set. I love Lego dinosaurs. I'm so glad that they used the molds for this one last time, and that's it. It's Lego Alpha Team. I feel like I'm sorry if I haven't really made a thesis or like a very large point in this video, but I just wanted to inspect the set, I guess. Goodbye.